I am back. Just woke up a few minutes ago, got in my truck and had something on my heart, and just wanted to share with y'all something, kind of a moment in my life where I realized something about myself, as far as male privilege and white privilege. Was one of those moments and one of those experiences in my life that happened about 9 years ago, maybe 10, with my ex-girlfriend who was black. And I wind up putting her at risk. Not really knowing or understanding what was happening, but I learned a valuable lesson. And no matter how, as white people, how understanding you think you are of race, you probably are not, because you don't have that full reality. Even if you're in a relationship with a person of color, you still don't have that full reality because you're not experiencing it on the same level, obviously, as they do. So anyhow, I'm going to share with you guys something, a little story that happened about 10 years ago. I made this film called Theodore, and it was in the film festival circuit. And one of the screenings was in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. And so I asked my girlfriend at the time, who was black, and loved her dearly. At the time, we'd been together about 10 years. And asked her to come with me to the film festival, and wanted to, hang out with her that weekend and share time with her that weekend. And she didn't want to go. And I was like, well, why do you not want to go? She goes, I'm not comfortable in a rural town in East Tennessee. I thought, well, I'll protect you. I told her, I said, I'll be with you. Nothing's going to happen to you. And, you'll be fine. And I don't think it's going to be that bad. We're just going to a film festival. I mean, how bad can it be at a film festival? So she reluctantly agreed to go after me persisting and kind of, politely begging her to go. She agreed to go. And when we got there, she goes, I don't like this. And I said, well, what is it? I didn't feel it, but she did. And I said, what? I don't understand what's wrong, because I'm just seeing a bunch of white people and I feel comfortable, obviously. Well, I'm not thinking about it from her perspective. And she's saying, I don't feel comfortable here. And I was like, well, I understand, I understood to a degree, but I didn't. And so she said, well, I don't see any black people here. And I was like, well, there's one. And, he's walking in the street, looks poor, homeless. And so that's the only black person I remember seeing in that town. I'm sure there were more, but I just don't remember seeing too many. And so I thought, well, yeah, they're oppressed. Obviously this is an oppressive town to black people, but I don't feel like you're in harm's way. She goes like, well, I do. And I was like, well, you're with me. She didn't feel comfortable. So we went on to the film festival, and everything went good. No problems at the film festival. But we had a red flag. We went to lunch, and we went into just a pizza restaurant, a normal looking family pizza restaurant. And there's this big ass Confederate flag hanging down from the ceiling. And I was like, what the hell? And she was like, I'm not eating here. And I was like, okay, well, I understand. I'm not either. So that was kind of the first clue, for us that, yeah, she was right and I was wrong. Because what kind of a place would have a Confederate flag hanging down in the middle of the restaurant? It's not, obviously, that's hostile for people of color, especially African Americans and black people. So anyhow, we went on and finished film festival, no problems. Then we went to a movie. I asked her to go, and she did not want to go. She wanted to get the hell out of town. And again, I politely begged her to go with the movie because I'm a big movie fan. And she went to the movie theater with me, went to the movie theater. And then after the movie, I went to the restroom. I was in there about 10 minutes. On the way in, though, a guy bumped me in the shoulder as he was leaving the restroom and as I was entering in, a country guy. And I didn't think anything of it, but he bumped me kind of hard. I thought, well, maybe, it's just an accident. So I said, excuse me, and kept on going. But I remembered what he looked like because I saw him. But I came out 10 minutes later, and I saw my girlfriend. She was waiting for me in the lobby, and she was standing there shaking and crying. And I thought, well, what in the world happened? So I asked her, and she said that this guy, the same guy who bumped me in the shoulder, walked up to her, stared at her, got in her personal space, 6 inches from her face, and stared her down for about 45 seconds. Didn't say a word and walked away. And I got angry. I went after the guy. I looked in the parking lot, didn't see him. 10 minutes had passed, but I had failed to listen to her my privilege as a man, my privilege as a white person had showed. She forgave me, but it took a while for her to forgive me, and I apologized, of course, and I learned a great lesson, that we white people don't listen to people of color. Even when we think we are, we're not listening because we're not living that reality. And so I just want to give you guys this as an example of how privilege works, and how that we're set up and we are conditioned and indoctrinated, basically, as white people, to live in our own little privileged bubble, our own little white bubble and box, and we never think outside of that white box, and we have to. And so when people of color complain, and when you see these statistics and data about white supremacy and how it operates and how it works, why don't we try to believe it rather than just miss it and write it off and pretend that all black people are somehow paranoid. But the problem is that as a culture, we have been conditioned to dismiss and deny reality racially. We are the most ignorant and most illiterate group when it comes to race in the world, because we profit and benefit from a system designed to give us resources and privileges and benefits as white people, and we live under that system. So we have to realize these things. We have to understand that until we can start coming into reality racially, we all fail, all of us. So again, find some responsibility, find some reality, and find some morality, and let's begin to address our system and our culture of white supremacy. And don't be like me and not listen to people of color when they're telling you about their own damn reality. So me and her broke up about 3 years after that, not related to issues of race, but just like normal couples. But anyhow, she's happy now, and I'm still trying to find the right one, but that's another story. But anyhow, I wanted to share that with you guys, something I'm not proud of, but I felt like I need to be honest and share with you my mistakes as a white man living in this messed up world of ours. But thank you guys for your time. Bye.